I'm starting a little bit early today. Hello, gamer name, Eincrou, date, May 11th, 2022, time, 1943, 7:43 p.m., resuming expedition. So, in the last couple of parts, I was able to successfully infiltrate the Forbidden Archives, and I learned the secrets of what I've been calling the Dream World, and should have been properly calling the virtual world. I assumed everything was magical because you're using an artifact. Well, you're not using anything. I'm using an artifact. I'm using flames. I'm going to sleep. These are all magical things. But it turns out, underlying all of it is tech. So, I'm going to set the strangers to the current location. And I need to say something about what is going to happen. Right now, everything is filled in. There are no locations with anything left to explore. It's just sealed vault. However, I am going to go back to a location that I've been previously, which does indeed have something that I missed. As I've mentioned before, I've been watching the Bart Sim 23, BARTSIM 23, all one word, playthrough of Echoes of the Eye. He is uploading one part per day. I don't know how much he actually has played, because he's doing the same thing I did. He played in it several parts in advance, and he's uploading them one per day. But in his part that I watched last night after completing my recording, I think it was part 10 of his series, maybe? 9 or 10, one of those two. He found something that I had missed over here in the damaged laboratory. So that's where I'm going to go. That's how I'm going to start this loop. That will take a few minutes, and then I suppose from there, what I need to do is go to the subterranean cavern by way of the vault, or by way of the... I'm going to take the risk of getting out here. Hopefully it'll slow me down when I reach the stranger. Submerged structure. Large metal structure. The structure. Okay, I haven't reached it yet. Alright. Okay. So that's my game plan. Whoops. I just explained my game plan and then I forgot how to achieve it. I need to go into the hull breach, which is over here. Right there. So one of the things I also got from Bart Sim's playthrough is don't have to just get out in 0G. Because the rotation, this is actually solid ground. Alright. Health and fuel full. Another thing I saw was these right here are portholes, observation holes. Oops. Close that. Yeah, so it does work, but it looks completely messed up. I don't know why it's saying look up. I think that's a glitch. That's not supposed to be there. That's something that the mod added to help show you where you need to be looking for certain things. So this is what I missed. A slide reel explaining the experiments that were going on here. As I have noted previously, each one has a different symbol. That one looks like the artifacts that have been in use to go to the dream world, or virtual world. That one does not have the focus feature. And this one is a simple lantern. So I'm going to take a look at the memories again. And here is one of the lantern artifacts. What happened with this one? Go in to test. Goes off. Looks like nothing happened. It did not function. Here is an artifact without the focus. They have some left over. We can't see the memory of this because the place was destroyed. So that memory device over there was destroyed with it. Let's take a look at this one. There's a regular artifact. Oop. Well, I say regular artifact. Artifact Mark III. The successful artifact. The one that they mass produced. You can sort of see the outline of the planet that the moon, their homeworld, orbits. So that was a success. This has more information about it. I did see him read this, but I'm going to go read it. Get it on my playthrough. There's also some other things I realized as I was watching him play through the game again. Like, as I'm seeing him experience it, I'm experiencing things myself, and I'm thinking of things, and I realized something about the dream world, or the virtual world. For some reason, Bart Sim thought he had to go all the way around through the ghost matter area to be able to get to the theater. He just totally was so focused on his theory crafting and thinking that he kind of got carried away and didn't realize there's no need to do that. You can get a lantern from here, and you can get across from this bridge. He went all the way through there, at the back, through the temple of the burning slide reel. Alright, let's see the different versions. Mark 1. It goes into the test chamber. Why they needed a test chamber for each version, I don't know. Seems like they could just reuse the same one, other than Mark II, obviously. Alright, so he tried to go to sleep. And he shakes his head. No. Let me pause. There's a beep. That beep was bound to happen. Another thing that I'm doing here that's a bit different is I set my Blue Yeti into stereo mode. I never use stereo mode because, unfortunately, I don't have a setup where the microphone is angled correctly for that. I have the microphone sideways, but that means that the stereo mode isn't left or right. From my perspective, it's up and down. So right now I'm down. Right now I'm above the mic. So down, up. I'm just trying it out to see if it sounds interesting, if it sounds okay, if it sounds usable. And speaking of usable mics and stuff, let me see. Has the Oculus Rift died yet? No, it's still going. The Oculus Rift mic did die and stopped recording during the last episode, about an hour in. Really strange problem, and I don't know of a great way to fix it when that happens. I don't know of a great way to notice it other than monitoring constantly. But I don't want to. I want to do that for just the backup. So what I'm going to do instead is just check, make sure pop filter is not in front of the mute button. It is not. So I shouldn't have any problems. I am still recording. I minimized the OBS window so it's not using any CPU cycles to render that window. Just trying to be absolutely freaking efficient with my limited PC resources from the 6-year-old computer. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, this is Mark II. This was tested in the second observation room. He goes to sleep. And they burned it out. But we know what happened. It exploded. There's an explosion. Could sort of see things on the sides of the burnt areas, but it's hard to make out. Here, the camera is at an angle. All right, here's Mark III. They didn't give up. He goes to sleep. The artifact lights up. You can see him first person, he nods. This is it. Ship log updated. So I wonder why that doesn't appear on the there's more to discover here part of the ship log. There was more to discover. Alright. Nice timing on that. The stranger is now exiting the solar system. It's weird, these guys are a mix of like old architectural style with this wood construction and using candles and stuff like that. And then they got super high tech. They're able to monitor when the supernova is going to explode. They're able to build virtual realities. I mean, they don't appear to have computers. So I was watching Bart Sim, as I've said many times by now. This one doesn't conceal. But I stopped watching until I played the game for myself. When he went to go do what I'm about to do right now, I wanted to see what happens for myself. I don't think I even need to explain what is about to happen. Or what I'm about to attempt. As for what will happen, we're gonna find out. I stopped watching him because I wanted to see. I thought, okay, I need to go back. I need to do that and see what's going to happen for myself. Mark II, my performance was also really, really bad. Shockingly terrible. I think my loot might be coming to an end here. Ooh, that's an achievement. So this game has a lot of achievements. Most of them are hidden. And I only had, before that, like 3 achievements. There's like 30 achievements or something like this. Let's see if you can see it from here. Oh, I had more than 3, but still not many. From the hearth to the moon, harmonic convergence, pick up all traveler instruments. That was the first achievement I got. I got that one totally by accident. I think that was the first day I played, December 22nd, 2021. Launch your ship with a gravity cannon. Die within 60 seconds of waking up. I did that by just going to the top of this tower, the launch tower, and then jumping off. Very easy to get. Cutting it close. Use your suit's oxygen in an ill-advised manner. That one I had to go out of my way. I just went into space, and I just, in the middle of space, middle of nowhere, just pounded on my thruster and killed myself by using the oxygen as thrust. The Silence Cartographer, I got that one, I think, in my test recording when I was trying to figure out how I'd be able to make this series. I accidentally crashed my ship into the satellite with high speed, and that destroyed it. Early Adopter. Attempt to use the second artifact prototype. Curiosity killed the cat, but a time loop brought it back. Die Hard. End a time loop alive after having taken and healed over 1,000 damage. So I think that one you got to do over on Ash Twin. You got to go to an area that has cactus, and you just keep hitting yourself on the cactus. And then you go and you heal, and then you keep repeating that. I have not done that one. And the last one that's visible is Archaeologist. Complete the ship log. And then 22 hidden achievements. So if you want to do those, you're probably going to have to look them up, because it's just unlikely that you would be able to find them. It's probably all about doing weird stuff. Weird interactions. Okay, so it added something new to the damaged laboratory. Even though it didn't tell me there was something else to discover. I found a slide reel that shows 3 experiments conducted with 3 different artifacts. The 3rd experiment appears to have been a success. Let me just check the monitors of the audio. Okay. Okay. Dang it. Okay. Now, having had some fun with that, back to the stranger. My goal at the stranger is to go into the reservoir, to the submerged structure. And then I go into the virtual world and see what I can do there. Another thing I could do is try the error of jumping out on the river while it's loading the areas. I can try that. Maybe I'll do that one first. I have absolutely no idea what to expect for that one. No idea what's going to happen. Lightly splash into some shallow water and it's like... Performance is particularly terrible today. Did install an update to Windows, but it wasn't anything major, just .NET. But I'm getting awful performance, truly terrible. So much warping. Okay. Here we are again, virtual reality. So I think a logical way to approach it is to start from the shrouded woodlands and see where this transition takes me. Do you think anything useful would come from an error like that? It loses track of me. Actually, I should try, before I do that, try this air, out of range air. See what I can see. Oh, it shows the route. Looks very cool. And this effect here is, I noticed it the first time, last part, but I didn't remark on it, and I didn't really take a closer look at it, but this is really impressive. This actually looks legitimate in virtual reality, in stereoscopic 3D. This bubble of the rendering area. Like, there are no leaves in this view from that tree, but I can see the leaves and they look correct. Everything looks correct. This is a very impressive effect. then I re-enter. I tell you, the programming team, they came up with some truly incredible stuff. Not just Echoes of the Eye, but the main game as well. Right. Also noticed. Whoa, what? I don't know why I just fell off. I was gonna say, I noticed it's possible to extinguish those lights on the raft. I don't know if that makes any difference. It's weird. I was just... Okay, that's what happened. Extinguishing them makes it just sink. You need the light. Interesting. I wonder... Will that have any purpose? Will that have any use? Any mechanic that you can discover in Outer Wilds could have a use somewhere. That's what I learned in my playthrough of the main game. It's a very well designed game. Everything has design to it. Even though it doesn't tell you what to do or where to go, except in very vague terms, it lets you chart your own course. It is a designed experience. It's not a sandbox. Alright. I'm falling. I think I'm walking on water. Okay, I think that's one of the archives. If I go down there, I'm stuck. That's probably another archive. So let me go to one of these areas across the water that I wasn't able to get to. Okay, so if I go down there, I can't get back up. Wow. Okay, there are platforms there, but they look weird. Also, I'm going to be kicked out of this pretty soon. I went to sleep in the lowlands. That's showing the elevator path. effect is incredible. So those are the 3 hidden archives. Yep. I go there, I fall. Doesn't look like there's anything around here. The only thing I'm really seeing is this area here. So that's one of the seals, right? I wonder if the alarms can see me if I'm in the hidden world. Yep, that was one of the seals. We don't have any codes. So this is where I ultimately wanted to be. I thought I would get here from... Yeah, okay. I'm getting kicked out here. I thought I would get here from going to sleep in the submerged vessel. But looks like that's where the error takes me. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to activate the other 2 seals. One of them is across a bridge that is guarded by alarms. Oops. Dang it. Okay. One of them is across a bridge guarded by alarms. The other is across a gap that has platforms, hidden platforms. All the codes are burned out. I guess the codes were how the inhabitants were able to get across. But I'm going to have to figure out other means using glitches and such. I don't think I can get through here. No. I got to break the code to be able to reach those totems or statues or pillars. So I'll go back. I'll enter through the hidden... I keep saying hidden grotto. It's hidden gorge. Hidden gorge. I think it is possible to get up with some... Yeah, it's possible to get up, even with it broken. I'll also be able to remark on the other thing I wanted to mention that I realized when watching Bart. I think he calls himself Bart. Bart Sim. very close to Bart Simpson. But we don't know what that means. Also, the 23 at the end of his name, very close to my favorite number, which is 24. It's actually one of the better Let's Play series I've seen in a long time, and I'm talking about years. I like that he's not an annoying guy, which a lot of Let's Players can be, those in the PewDiePie vein, the Markiplier vein. Those are the guys who inspired so many Let's Players. That's not my style of Let's Play as a viewer, or of course as a person who makes Let's Plays. Not that this is a Let's Play. This is not a Let's Play. I should have said that at the very beginning of the very first part. But I did put it in a comment on the video, so hopefully that's going to be good enough. The unfortunate thing about this area is I gotta go do the whole circuit. Be able to get down to the elevator. But that's fine. That's fine. It'll just take 2 minutes. Also, another cool thing I got from watching his videos last night, this here, he also came here, and this is actually the first place in the virtual world that he came to, was the Endless Gorge, or sorry, Endless Canyon. And when he got to this teleporter, he also activated it by accident, or transporter, not teleporter. And the effect looks different than in VR. In VR, I just see, well, it should be apparent. I just get zoomed forward. But what it does on the screen version is it zooms the camera in, so it's close. It's a close view of the claw. Also, when he went into this room, when I did it the first time, he stopped watching. And that was kind of creepy. But there you go. He stopped watching. But that never happened to Bart. I guess you gotta trigger it by shining your light from up there on the balcony. Anyways, the effect for the claw, which I'm about to use again, it zooms the camera in, and it achieves that zoom not by moving the camera, but by changing the field of view so that basically it's super tight, super low field of view. All you can see is the camera. Or, I mean, all you can see is the claw. And then when the camera's actually moving forward, like right there would be a zoom, and then the camera moves forward, but they change the FOV on the camera so that the apparent size of the claw stays the same as the camera is moving forward. So it makes it look like the surrounding world is moving around you and it's distorting, but the claw is stable. But if you look at the edges of the claw, you can see the distortion on the edges of the claw, which reveals that it is indeed a field of view manipulation effect. NomaiVR mod disabled that, because that definitely would not work in virtual reality. I mean, the porthole effect on the experiment chambers didn't work because it changed the field of view. And then also they had the strange look indicator that probably didn't need to be there. Okay, that right there, the scream. That's what I wanted to talk about. Of course, that one indicates the end of the loop is coming, because it's the second scream you can hear in the virtual world. But I realized when watching and thinking about my own experiences from the last part where I figured out how to get into the... Yeah, there's the music. When I figured out how to get into the temple or get through past the procession. Okay, fall through the world. Even though I don't really have enough time to do anything. I guess I didn't need to come this way because I could just go to sleep. Go to sleep next to the vault, but yeah, I'll probably do it that way next time. Well, no, I do need to do it at least once so I can extinguish this one. I think that's the only way to get across. Okay. So that water is deep. That's some deep waters. Gotcha. So I couldn't have gotten back across anyways because I moved across the first time utilizing the raft. What was I saying? I explained the claw effect. Oh, right, the screams. So the screams, those indicate the flames going out on the two groups that get submerged in water. The lowlands group, when the dam breaks, the water floods in. And then the tower when it collapses right before the end of the loop. Those screams are them being erased. Their bodies are dead, so they are not able to return to their bodies. I don't know if they go somewhere else. There could be some other programming going on that I don't know about yet. But they could be dead. I also noticed that even in the spirit world, or not the spirit world, the glitch world, inside the virtual world, it looks like the alarms might still be able to get me. But I didn't test that out. I will do it on this loop. So I think this time I won't... Now that I know that the error is the same, the loading error is the same no matter where I do it, I just am going to get put in the same place. I will not set up shop and go to sleep in the lowlands for obvious dam breaking related reasons. Actually, let's try doing it this way. Actually, no, that's not what I want. Well, that would work. Actually, yes, that is the way I want to go. Because I need to be able to get onto the river. Oh, come on. I need to be able to get onto the river, so I don't want to go to the, what do you call it? The submerged vessel. Not at first. To do this properly, I need to be in one of the 3 main areas. So this seems like a good place to start. Don't know how I'm going to get to the other 2 pillars, totems. I don't know what to call them. It's not immediately obvious. Just the one from this era is obvious. Well, it's obvious now. Now that I've figured that out. But I'm not saying it was obvious before. Maybe this isn't the best place because there's a whole rigmarole with going through the building and getting down there. Yeah, the tower would be better. I do get kicked out of that one, but it's as the loop's ending anyways. So the time I lose from the loop end, from the tower collapsing and then the loop ending is probably less than the time it takes to make this work over here. I gotta go through all this. Can't speed it up with my jetpack. So yeah, this is the wrong choice. That's clear. I think that's objective. But it's all right. I'll make it work. I've made it work in the past. We'll make it work again. Glad I don't have to deal with those guys. I can't wait to see how Bart deals with them. How Bart reacts. Because when he first entered this world, he was freaking terrified. And he's playing it on a screen. And I get the impression he was even more freaked out and scared than I was. And I'm not actually desensitized to horror games. And I remember a previous part or 2 ago, I came through this area and I was starting to talk about horror. Then I got distracted. I was going to talk about the horror games that I bought and haven't played yet. I got, I think 4 that I've bought in the past half year. The main one was a game called Hinge. It's sort of a homage to BioShock, an Art Deco underwater facility. And I probably will never get to that one, unfortunately. Okay. Down we go. So this must be very shallow water. Okay. Is that the dam? I don't know what the dam would sound like down here. Let's light this place up a bit. I haven't played a huge number of horror games, so I believe I'm not desensitized to them like some people are. such as Fast Lawyer, so I think I could get quite a bit of terror from playing a virtual reality horror game. Actually, let's put this further away, like right here. Let's see if that's far enough away. Okay, am I able to interact with this? Okay. I can work with this. How do I get off that? Okay. So that should be an invisible path, just like the other invisible paths. Yep. I'm walking on, well, not sunshine quite, but I'm walking on something. I'm walking on virtual something. It's in the code somewhere. Just doesn't have, just doesn't have a texture. I'll say that's what's happening. Okay. All right, let's see what this does. What do you think this is going to do? I think it might change the angle of the... Actually, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it changes the angle of the alarms and... So far, it's doing nothing. Let's see. Yep. Okay. What does this do? Okay, that just sent that back. Am I supposed to... Well, let me get a view of this code. It's kind of metallic, so it's reflective. Excuse me. It's hard to see. It's star. It's I don't know where I would have seen the code. It was burned out in this world and the previous world. This doesn't appear to be doing anything. Fortunately, being able to view the underlying foundations of the world, it's not revealing anything to me. Don't know what it would do either. Maybe get rid of that light coming through there. I don't know what the code is. I'm not seeing any way to intuit it. Didn't need a code for these two. Oh, there's the dam. Also, the scream, it comes from the direction of the group that was eliminated. So it came from that way in this case. That is kind of a creepy idea that they're being deleted from the game, basically. Don't know how to figure this one out. I honestly don't even know what to do. Both places that showed the code were burnt out. What else can I do? I've used 2 glitches. I'm aware of 3 glitches. One of the glitches is if the body of someone in this virtual world is dead and the gong rings, they will not be woken up. They will be stuck in the world. So this involves gongs ringing, because if I get caught, the gong will ring. But if I'm not, my brain doesn't function, I won't be kicked out. That must be the key. I think each of the 3 errors reveals how to get to these without knowing the code. We don't know any codes. This one was the loading glitch. This one was the out of range glitch. This one must be the brain not connecting and not waking you up glitch. How do I kill my brain in the real world? That's what I need to do. That's how I'm going to get past this. Is by not respecting the alarms. Think back to everything I have experienced in this. And the examples it showed, it didn't wake him up because he was physically dead. I'm not dead, though. And I can't die. If I die, the loop just restarts. Oh, that's an alarm. Hold up. Got all kinds of notifications going off on my computer. Okay, microphone is still functioning. That's good. So I'm going to pause this and I'm going to think. If my brain is not working, then I will not be woken up if the alarms go off. I'm thinking. Nothing immediately comes to mind of how I cannot hear the gong. As far as I know, every location on the Stranger where I can go to sleep has a gong, including the inside of the submerged structure. It has a gong there as well. Hmm. Is there some particular timing? Hmm. I'm gonna go through here and see if getting kicked out will make my memory get jogged. Yeah, that woke me up. Oh, the performance is terrific. I'll go to the submerged vessel. Yeah, getting 30s on the frame rate. It's really bad. I don't understand it. There's a gong here. And two of the seals have fallen. What can I possibly do in this chamber or any of the others that would make my brain not work? My brain in this world not work. I mean, I've got my scout, I've got my frequency analysis, I've got my translator that's completely useless. Hmm. If you're alive, you will wake up. That's unavoidable. Unless there's some way I can completely deactivate my brain, like take some take something that will put me comatose. I'm not aware of anything like that in this game. Okay, that's the tower collapsing. Let's see. Yep. So I might have to stop. Stop this episode, this part. And take some time to think about it. Think about the interactions going on in this game, the timings of things. I do know the 3 glitches. I've been able to take advantage of 2 of them. The second, the last one, I'm not sure about. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some time to think about it. I'll look at the ship's log, see its description of the error again. I don't think it's gonna say much. It's probably just gonna say it was an error report of someone who didn't wake up when a bell rang. I might have to look at my previous footage. Take a look at that slide reel again. And see. Interesting that the blinking caused that blinking when he first wakes up caused the quantum moon to go away. That is a dedication to the mechanics. That is really incredible. Okay. I don't know which archive it was. Error report. One of the stranger's inhabitants dropping their artifact on the ground and walking beyond the radius. Second artifact lights after its bearer dies. Right. That. I'd forgotten about that part. So if I'm able to die, I will be sent into the virtual world and I can get across and I won't be woken up. But where... Oh, it's the second artifact. Well, no, because I tried that and it just reset the loop. So that's not a viable way of dying. Right? So how can I die in one of those chambers? On a slide reel that appears to be some sort of airport, shows an alarm bell failing to wake up one of the strangers in heavens. Yeah, that's all it says about that. But I think this is the key. If I can die, I will be sent in to the virtual world. And I won't be able to come back out. Which could be a problem. Because the seals were being removed from the vault in the real world. So I would think I would need to come back to do whatever it is I need to do. Alright, so let me think. Let's go to the lowlands. That one is not an option. It breaks pretty early in the loop. And it goes out. Cinder Isles, the island tower. I think that's basically the same as the other two. The one in Hidden Gorge, and also the one in the submerged structure. There's really no way to die. Actually, at the submerged structure, maybe I could kill myself with falling damage, because it's tall enough that I can boost up and then fall down. And I can be right in the range of the flame when I do that. Might be able to do that on some of the other ones, some of the other locations too. But I think this one might have the tallest ceiling. These are interesting ideas. I think maybe that could work. Use my jetpack to boost up and keep taking falling damage until I die. But wouldn't that activate the Hourglass, the Ash Twin project? And the loop will reset? Like, I don't think I can die unless I disable that project, which would be annoying to have to go and do that as part of this DLC. But that's, I think, a foundation for something I can try next time. I'm going to end this part here, even though I do have some ideas. Maybe I'll record again tonight. Probably not, but maybe. You never know. What does that say on the back? Oh, no. I thought maybe that was text. It's just some tape or something. Okay, I think I'm getting close to the end of the DLC. That is very good news. I would love to be able to say I did this successfully. My last accomplishment on this channel. Yeah, and I did check. No interactions with viewers. No comments, no rates, no subscribes. Just down 4 subscribers over the past 28 days. That is how the world has treated me. I don't have anything to say to the world, really. The world doesn't even acknowledge me. I don't know. I'm just another grain of sand getting tossed about by forces beyond my control or understanding. That's the secular materialist metaphor. If you want to get religious, I'm just cursed and doomed and damned for reasons that I cannot possibly understand. I did not do anything terrible in this life to deserve it. So looks like I'll be ending this with the Oculus Rift microphone still functioning. That's cool, I guess. That's something positive. We'll end on that as a positive note instead of the dour, sour, depressing note that it was about to end on. My Oculus microphone is still being recorded by OBS Studio. Yay.